My name is Linda Leclerc, and I'm the founder of the Haha Sisterhood and of the School of Laughter Yoga. Welcome in the Joy Element, the podcast that makes you feel good and inspires. This woman, I just love her. Not only is Rhonda Scharf an amazing speaker and professional, but she has a way of seeing things that is simply really funny. I found myself laughing out loud numerous times while reading her posts on social media. She's a funny girl with funny stories and a fun way to look at life as well as live life. Founder of On the Right Track, she's an award-winning speaker. Well, actually, she's a Hall of Fame speaker. She offers trainings and workshops on important topics like difficult conversations or interruption management or beat the bully or confrontation skills. And she published 8 books, not 1, 8. And she travels all over the world to work with organizations, obviously when it's okay to travel. What she shares here with us is truly inspiring, hugely. I think that she has a 360 degrees way to take care of herself and deal with issues in her life. She does it in a very healthy way. Here's Rhonda Scharf's Joy Element. So, there you go. Hello, Rhonda.
Hello, Linda.
Second attempt, because we met a year and a half ago,
At least,
think.
yeah.
So it's fun because now you don't even remember the questions.
I have no idea what the questions are.
So, Rhonda, it's for the joy element. And the joy element has to do with what we do to bring joy in our lives and to keep it in our hearts. Mm-hmm. So I just going to ask you the 2 questions. So the first question is, you have a very busy life.
I do.
You were sharing with me that you're traveling a lot, you're working a lot with groups, but you love to work.
I love it.
So what do you do when, because I'm sure that you're experiencing stressful moments, right?
Yeah.
You fly a lot.
I do.
And I'm sure that you're sometimes with groups that are not as easy as others, so you're working harder, right?
Rarely, but it happens, yeah.
Really?
Yeah, they're usually pretty good. Yeah, I'm lucky.
Good.
Yeah.
So what do you do when you're stressed out to just relax and breathe and bring yourself to a calmer state?
It depends on the level of stress. So if it's stress that I have to do, say, with a flight or with, some travel arrangements, I realize that I have very little control. And I keep my eyes on what I can see. So I look at backup options and I'll call, a travel agent or whatever I need to do. So for those things, I recognize that there's very little that I can do. I do everything that I can, and then what will be, will be. And I let it go. And so that kind of stress is a different type. When it's sort of an ongoing stress from potentially traveling too much or working too hard and not having enough downtime, I do my very best to build in what I call Rhonda time. Like my favorite time is time in a bathtub. Like I just like to pour the bathtub and I'll go in with a book or I'll go in with my phone and I'll play my stupid games. And it's just like an hour of I don't want to talk to anybody. I want to take care of me, and then I'll probably go to bed after that. So I try to really keep track of my sleep. I find that when I get stressed, sleep is one of the very first things that goes. And part of the reason I'm stressed is I haven't been able to sleep. So I will back out of whatever arrangement I had made within reason, and I will physically take care of me. For the most part, stress, I don't suffer from a lot of stress. I manage to do that.
Every time I see you, it's like you feel like you have everything under control, and even your tone of voice is it's soothing.
Oh, thank you. No, I consciously try not to be that stressed person, because I recognize that when somebody else is stressed, you're making someone else, everyone else around you, stressed. So that's not my job to make other people stressed. So I really work on keeping myself calm. And I'd say for the most part, I do really well about it.
Mm-hmm. Oh, yes, you are.
Oh, thank you.
I know that you also, you used to run, don't you?
I do, yeah. So then you get into the maintenance stuff. So I do like to run. And when I get really out of it, whether it's a run or a walk or just get the pavement under my feet, and then then I really like to, I can go for a couple of hours if that's the case, whether I'm walking or running, but I just like to get out of the way and get my head to listening to whatever I want to listen to or nothing at all, and that works really well for me. I also like to golf, and as stressful as that is, it gets rid of the other kind of stress. So the physical exertion is also part of the taking care of me piece.
It's a good way to release some of the tensions, and I like that. Just step back and what can I do about it? If you can't do anything, then just let go and go in the bath.
Exactly. Yeah, it works. or go for a run.
Rhonda time.
Yeah, or take some Rhonda time.
Either physical or just
emotional.
Emotional. Yeah, that's good. And what do you do to make sure that you keep joy in your life? Like when things are, I'm sure that you go through the same things we all go through.
Yeah, oh yeah.
Anger, frustration, sadness, moments that you question everything. So what do you do when you have those days when you wake up in the morning and are feeling like to just cheer yourself up?
I fake it. You know, I literally pretend I'm having a good day. I don't like to announce to the world when I'm having a bad day. I don't like to announce to anybody, myself included, that I'm feeling blue. And, you know, I'll do the typical what everybody else does. You know, I'll have my 5 minutes of bitching, but then I'm done. And so I don't obsess about it. So my husband is an example. Like when he's stressed, he gets very cranky and he can't seem to get himself out of the cranky. And so I'll say, like, you're really cranky. Oh, I'm really, really stressed. And he's just... and I love him. I'm not picking on it. He's making it worse. Yeah. And so the odds of you hearing the words "I'm really stressed" come out of my mouth are really low. It's almost like if I pretend I'm not. Now I am, and I know that, and like I take care of all my.
Don't say it.
But I'm not exacerbating it. I'm not saying it. I'm not living it. I'm not making it worse.
And you're pretending.
I'm pretending I'm fine.
I'm fine.
I'm fine. I'll go to bed early. I'll have a bath. I'll have a glass of wine or 6. But you know, I'll take care of that, and I'll postpone it, and then I postpone it to when I can do something about it. But in the moment, I'm not stressed.
It's still going to be there. But
I'll take care of it later.
This because you're putting distance between you and the situation.
That's
or
right.
Whatever.
And I'm giving myself permission to feel it later.
That's important. That's very important. Don't ignore it.
Yeah.
It's just.
I'm going to deal with it later.
Yeah. How later, though?
Well, it depends. Probably that night. So a long time ago, I had a situation where I was traveling overseas and my grandfather died. And before I left home in Ottawa, I knew that was likely to happen. So I said my goodbyes and all of that. And I did let my family know that because it was a long work commitment, that if he did pass away when I was there, I was not going to be able to come home for the funeral. And so, of course, with the time change, you know, they wake up in the morning, I get a text, he's passed away. I'm in the middle of a workshop. And so I had a look at that text and it was like, crap. And I said, what I'm going to mentally do is I'm going to just put it in a box. And right now, I know that it's there, but I've put a lid on it, and I will deal with my grief later on because now was not the right time. So then that evening, I said, okay, now's the time. Yeah. And I dealt with it at that point. But I gave myself permission to shelve it until I could deal with it
It's
properly.
not going to go away.
No.
I know exactly what you mean because it's similar with me. Anything that happens to me, like if I'm doing a laughter yoga session with a group, then while I'm there with them, I'm laughing.
Yeah,
even if my heart is really
like,
but for that moment, it still will be there. So the minute that I'm done with them, I might fall apart and cry a lot, and that's okay.
And that's okay.
For that time,
I'm holding it together.
So you take baths.
Yep.
You pretend.
I pretend. I run.
Yeah, it's like so act. What's the thing? Action creates emotion. So that's you're acting as I'm good.
I'm in control.
Okay.
I'm in control. I don't want to lose control. And knock on wood, you know, this is working for me. So as long as I feel that I'm in control with everything that's going on and I can control how I express it and how I release it, I'm managing.
Yeah. Well, thank you so much.
You're very welcome.
Thank you. You see, I think that this one is going to be even more interesting.
Good.
Thanks a lot, Rhonda.
Thank you.
Thank you for listening. If you'd like to know more about our programs, services, retreats, trainings, and all sorts of tools to bring more laughter and joy in your life, visit us at www.yogadurir.com and for the women's laughing at hahasisterhood.com. Until next time, keep smiling and laughing.